Alright. Oh my god, the music's damn loud.
Is it loud? How?
Just continue.
Okay.
Can. Yeah.
Okay. Start already?
Yes, start already. Record.
Okay. Awesome. Hey, Harris.
Hi, welcome to another conversation with Deric and Haris. So I think today I want to talk about like friends, right? So I guess why I want to talk about friends is essentially the inspiration comes from Simon Sinek. So now he's like in the direction of like how to be a good friend, right? So he said that because he has done a lot of like those like leadership content where it's like how to be a good leader, the book Leader Eat Last, but now he's moving towards like friends, right? And he says that we know how to be a good leader, but we don't know, there's no like manual to say how to be a good friend. So for me, I was like thinking like looking back at the friends that I had or the friends interaction that I have went through, right? It's like I feel like I can be a better friend, right? And why I want to talk about it is because like I feel that I want to know what's your opinion of like a good friend, or is there different types of friends? There's a saying like, or you have beer friends, whiskey friends, all that. There's another term for this kind of friends lah. So what's your thoughts in terms of like how do you define a friend essentially?
Let's put it this way, right? No man is an island. You can't really stay in this world just all by yourself without any form of interaction with people. You need people to put in joy in your life, people who care for you, people who love you, right? Now, with the definition of what a friend means, for me, it's someone who's there for me through thick and thin. What do I mean by that? Not just when I'm struggling, but also when I'm doing well, I want someone to call me out. Not that everything I do is like, Deric, yeah, great. Even if I did something ridiculously wrong, they're like, go, good for you, man. For me, I don't want that kind of friend. For me, that's great. That's a fun friend to have. But I want a friend who is honest with me and will call me out on my shit when they have to. When they see, even if it may piss me off, I appreciate it. I will like, okay, let's talk about it. But at the end of the day, I may feel annoyed, but I will go back to me appreciating the fact that he took the step to call me out because it's what's best for me. Not because he's egoistic, but because he genuinely thinks it's what's best for me. That's what a friend is to me.
Right. So with that definition, how many of that kind of friends are there in your life?
Not many.
Not many. Yeah.
Less than 5.
Right. And like, how do you get this kind of friends? Like, how do you meet that?
I think with many things, friends, partnerships, your girlfriend, right? Every form of relation with your parents, with your siblings, every relationship you have, you can either rely on luck, where it so happen you found someone like this that vibes with you, or you could build the kind of friendship that you want. You can build the kind of relationship you want. And I think it always comes from a genuine communication from the heart. Just two people talking about what's their preference in terms of how they communicate. If your best friend did something that pisses you off, what do? Do you hold it in and hold a grudge and then eventually, just grow out of each other? Or do you, hey, Haris, let's have a talk about this. I think what you did the other day, I appreciated the fact that you called me out, but I felt like the way you did it wasn't correct. Let's talk about it, shall we? And then it's through that interaction where you understand, okay, this is where how true friendships are forged when you go through hardships together. Right? When you don't call them out and you just hold it in, and maybe they don't call you out and they just hold it in, over time that grudge will accumulate, and at some point, life is long, right? I mean, we always say life is short, but life is actually not that short. You're 30 years old now. If you have a friend today and every time you meet him, he pisses you off just a little bit and you don't talk about it, by the time you're 50, do you think you're hang out with this person? Probably not, right? So for me, it's if you value that friendship, call them out, talk to them about it, right? Confront it. If they think that they're not wrong, then let's argue about it. Let's talk about it. If you don't talk about it, it's always inside. You don't know what they're thinking. Maybe it could be a miscommunication. You never know. So for me, the principle here is not about finding that friend. There's no magical friend out there. It's how do you make it happen? How do you make two people vibe in a way that suits two parties? Yes, I made my preferences. If you can't live by it, just like a marriage, right? Or a relationship. I made my preferences. This is what I need. If you can't meet it, then it's okay. At least we tried. At least we communicated about it.
So meeting is
What's your take?
Like, I think for me when I look for a friend, I think number one is that we have to have similar interests first, right? Like for example, if you, to me, like for example, if you like, I don't know, chilling and like, not doing anything, and you like that kind of lifestyle, then I think like I cannot vibe or I cannot like, I don't see that as my lifestyle, because like my lifestyle is like, I mean, right now I'm pretty chill, but later on I want to work hard, right? I want to like work every day, that kind of thing lah. And the thing is that there are people who say, hey, why you work so hard? Why not just, chill, that kind of thing. So I think number one is like, I would say interest should be not the same, but similar.
What if they are chill, but they respect you with your working hard? They
Good
don't,
lah, like-
but they don't say, why you work so hard? They don't say that. But they say, Haris,
Okay,
I get it.
if they're understanding, that's great.
Yeah, then it's not about your
Yeah.
friend working hard. It's about how they treat you. It's about
Correct.
communicating
True,
that.
true,
right?
true. Yeah. So I think the understanding part is important.
Yes.
Right?
Because I remember when I first started the business back in the days, 2019, when I was still learning to code. Back in uni, I used to have a lot of friends to the extent where, oh my god, this car is so noisy. To the extent where my birthday, I think we had like one of the years, I had like 7 birthday celebrations.
Damn.
For one
Popular
birthday.
kid.
Yeah, and that was I think throughout early uni days or college days. But over time, they just kind of dwell out, and I'm like, is it even worth it to begin with? And what do I have now after all these years? I still have my family with me. I still have my career, my skills, my own learnings with me, and the most importantly, the few friends who were with me throughout my dips in my life and my career.
Yeah.
In 2019, when I was learning to code, that was one of the downs in my life. That's the friends that were there are still my friends today. But whereas the friends that were not there, basically because I was so busy coding or same thing like you said, the friends are asking, hey, what you doing all this stuff?
Yeah.
This kind of when this kind of energy comes by, I don't enjoy it. Then I just over time stop hanging out with them, yeah. Then we just kind of like grew out of each other, and then that's it. We just stopped talking for like 6-7 years, and that's it. And that's really it. So yeah,
Right.
for me that's
It's like basically being there for you and then
not for me,
understanding
but with me. Yeah,
with you.
With
Oh,
me.
right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think it's like
So, but
Yeah.
to a certain extent, I want to bring back to your point just now where you mentioned that your filtering criteria is someone having the same interest. For me, it wouldn't be a rule for me, but just unconsciously, that's what I've been doing as well. Unconsciously. For me, I wouldn't set it a rule. If you don't work hard, I'm not going to be friends with you. It's not a rule for me. It's just, yeah, so if someone doesn't work hard and they're chill with life, but they respect what I do and I love this person, they love me, great. They want the best for me, they call me out, great, in their own capacity. Maybe they don't see the world the same way as I do, and I think that's the beauty of life. If everyone sees the world the same way as me, then I'm just talking to myself, which is fine, but I'm not growing. I need to talk to people. The more different this person is to you, but if they genuinely love you, it can't go that bad. It
Right.
can't go that bad
Right.
for me, in my opinion. So, but referring back to your point, yes, that filtering mechanism has been there in place without me knowing it. All the friends, I used to have a lot of friends, all these friends who were just, like you said, chill, or they don't understand my goals, they don't support my goals, whatever. I just naturally, I didn't even think about it. We just stopped hanging out because it doesn't vibe anymore. When we hang out, there's conflict. When we hang out, I don't understand how they come to the decision. When they hang out, I don't respect what they're doing with life. And they don't respect me. It's like, yeah,
it's like a mutual.
it's a mutual kind of just fallout.
Right. Fallout. Right.
Yeah.
And do you think because what we are doing, especially because business, right? I don't think the majority is doing business. So the number of friends is smaller because of that, or is it because just
No,
you
I don't think it's
generally-
because of business. It's because of me pursuing my goals, and I didn't feel the support and love, the genuine support and love from those people. When I felt it, because we're humans, we've evolved throughout thousands of years to understand. Even before being able to speak and communicate, humans were having sex already.
Yeah.
Right? That's how we had babies, right?
Yep.
We were able to communicate love just through feelings. Of course, yes, you can say some of the people are love scammers. They can scam you. They've hijacked your sensory. Your senses to make you feel like you're in love. They hijack your neurotransmitters to make you feel oxytocin. Yes, there are people out there who are good with that. So I may have fell for it before as well, but I would say in the grand scheme of things, you will be surprised how good humans are at detecting true care, genuine love, genuine support. And I think that's something that naturally I filtered that down. So from 100 friends, I filtered down to a handful of friends who really care about me. Yes, I'm not saying all those other friends are irrelevant. No, I'm not saying that. Right? I still have friends. We still hang out, right? We still hang out. We do sports together and all that. So I think everything is a funnel, right? You always have your final few very good friends who support you and you share your inner 5% with them, right? Things that no one else knows. And you also have your top funnel friends where they're just there. It's nice to have them. They support you. They give you a like, Sure, they support you they're on a high level, but they don't really care. If you die lah. They don't care about you, right? But it's more like, okay, cool, Deric's doing something. Let's not shit on him, right? And for me, that's supporting already.
Yeah. I think also supporting is a very good trait as a friend, right? Because I feel that there are times where you don't understand why this person is doing something, but I know and understand that by being a supportive friend, I think that's what they need. Because especially when you have your downs, right? Like for example, for me, when I wanted to come to Malaysia and work, right? A lot of people would tend to say, "Hey, why you go to a country that pays you less?" Right? And then there's one friend that actually say, "Hey, good for you," and then that really made me happy lah. Cause like you hear a lot of people saying not nice things about you working outside of Singapore.
But for me, it's about I. This goes back to my first conversation about finding people who will call you out. If they genuinely think that going to Malaysia is a bad decision and they genuinely care about you, they're just sharing their opinions.
Yep.
Right? And they care about you. They're like, why is Haris doing something that's not good for himself and his career? So I wouldn't shut it down immediately. I wouldn't say, oh, someone who supports me, straight away, I'll say, this is my best friend. I wouldn't say that as well. Right? So I would say definition of friend is someone who genuinely cares for you and will call you out when the time comes. That's how I would put it.
Because they might seem not supporting, which I mean I understand when someone were to say these kind of things, they care, right? I get that, but at the same time also like
No, that's why it doesn't mean they care. I could just call you out because I belittle you. Are you fucking stupid? Why are you doing this? Why are you going to Malaysia? Doesn't make sense. I could be just being rude, right? Or I could say, hey Haris, are you sure? Hey, yeah, tell me about it. What's the reason why you chose? Oh,
Right.
okay, so you have this. I get it. Hey, then okay, all the best. Or it's like, Haris, I personally don't agree, but if this is what's best for you, please go for it. I support
Yeah.
you. I don't agree, but I support you. That's different
Yep.
from I
Yep.
support you. Hey, Haris, I want to do drugs. Hey, Deric, go for it.
Don't
I
blindly
feel
support,
good.
right?
I'm like, wow, I feel good. Wow, this guy
Right.
supports me.
Right,
But it's
right.
like, everything I do also he support me. Does he care about me? I want someone who call me out. And for me,
Generally,
the way I
right,
show
right.
love to the people around me is I call them out. But I respect them and I support them. But
Right.
I will not hesitate to stop them if I see them going in the wrong path.
Yeah.
I won't deliberately hold them back like, oh, don't go. No, I won't like hold it too tight.
Yep.
But I'll say, go in this direction is wrong. I support you in whatever you do, right? But this is wrong. I need to let you know. And then we'll talk about it if they want to talk about it. If they don't want to, then no choice lah, right?
Right. So in a way, it's like you put your opinion, and then after that, whether they take it or not, right?
I try my best to reason with them what I think. I may not be right. They may be right? But I think in more obvious situations where, let's say someone says, are you happy with your life right now? I ask them, right? If they say no, and I'm like, why? Oh, because I have to work, blah, 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 blah. I have to work for a job and I may lose my job anytime. I'm like, okay, so what do you want? I want to do a business. Okay, so he told me himself that he has a problem. He's not happy with his life. He told me he found a solution, which is do a business. Now, then I'm like, okay, what's your next steps? Oh, I have no plans. Okay, so when are you gonna have the plan? I don't know. Yeah, it's like, so what are you doing from your, after work? After 6 p.m. when you go home, what do you do? Oh, I work out 2 hours a day, and I go home and I watch Netflix and I hang out with my girlfriend every day. Okay, what about the morning before work? Yeah, I just get ready for work. What are weekends? Oh, I go shopping. Nothing wrong, you see, nothing wrong. But it's just as a friend, I must tell this guy that, okay, you're not happy with your life. You know where you want to go, but you're not putting in the work to close that gap. So what should I do as a friend, right? I will tell you that, hey, if you continue on this path, I don't see how logically you can get to that where you want to be. Yes, you may be lucky, right? You may win something, you may have an uncle who's rich, I don't know. But I'm talking logically from first principles, I don't see how you're going to get there. And I feel as a friend, I need to tell him that so that he at least sees it and understands it. But if he doesn't, then I'll try my best, right? I won't force anything, but I feel like I will be the one who will tell them. And that's how I show my love.
Right.
In a nice way, of course. One thing I need to learn is how to communicate that in a nice way. I think, so there's two things, coming from a nice place and communicating properly. So if my friend calls me out and triggers me because the communication is wrong, I'm like, okay, I'll be not happy with the communication part and I'll tell him about it. But either way, I'll be happy with the part that he actually put in the effort to communicate and try to help me genuinely. Not because he wants to show ego or just want to play ball or whatever, no? But he genuinely feels like this is the right way to go because I said so. I said I have a problem. I said I found a solution, but he doesn't see how am I getting there. Then he calls me out. Yes.
So in a way, you also prefer people to also like in a way call you out.
Yeah, for sure,
Right,
100%, 100%.
Right. And do you think it's like because I feel that calling people out might seem rude, right? Because sometimes like the only people who will call you out are the people who care. I feel lah, right? And if people don't
People who care or people who just want to be bad.
be bad, right? Yeah, it's like
so you
haters
have
are
to be
haters.
smart.
True. Like you have haters and you have like people who
Yes.
genuinely care.
Haters, people who care, and everyone else who's NPC who
Yes.
hey, go for it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
NPCs for me is like, okay, whatever, you're
Yeah,
good, you're
yeah.
nice. They're just friendly, right? how to win friends and influence people, right?
Yep.
Be nice, support. Don't call them out. They won't like you. They won't like you if you call them out, right? Well, which is so true. 80% of the world's population wouldn't like it if you call them out.
True.
You don't like it. When I'm doing something and someone says, Deric, I think what you're doing is wrong. Oh, it hurts.
Yep.
It's a stab to your heart. It's like, wow, you're telling me for the past 5 years doing this is not correct. Who are you? Makes me, you have that defensive, like, who the fuck's this guy? Why is he saying, like, sorry, is it recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had a feeling it's not. Okay, yeah.
It's
It's
recording.
like, who are you? You will feel that sense of like you want to defend your own opinions because like, who are you to call me out? Who are you to say my business isn't working? Well, how much are you making? You'll feel that sense of defense. That's why the book by Dale Carnegie, right? How to influence people. It's such a powerful book because it in a way doesn't let you do these kind of things. It makes you support people, hear them.
Seems friendly.
Yes,
Right,
supportive and
right.
likable. Most important, likable.
Right.
But for me, I don't need to be likable. I want to be there for my friend, even if it means he doesn't like me, but he can live a better life. Sure,
Right.
I may lose a friend.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I wouldn't want to lose a friend. That's why this is something I have to learn how to save a friend, help him, and also keep the relationship.
Right.
That's the important part. Not okay. I'm friendly with you, and if you want to suicide, I'm like, hey, Harris, go for it, go suicide. Then it's like, okay,
Full
yeah.
flip.
Maybe I'll die. I'll die as your best friend.
Yeah.
I mean, you will die,
Yeah.
and I'll still be your best friend in your deathbed. But for me, it's like I cannot sleep knowing that I could have done something to save you.
Right. Right.
Yeah, not force you, but at least done my part instead of just saying, oh, I'm good for you, go for
You
it.
try your best to
Yes.
stop.
At least I tried.
Right. No, I get that. And the thing is that like for example, when you're doing like I want to touch a point on like you know people like to give advice, and you say like, hey, have you run a business? How much are you earning? That kind of thing, right? So like people will sometimes give advice, right? And like, do you think that like you should listen to their advice or like just be happy that they call you out and care about you?
Oh,
Because sometimes they will give advice.
If
like,
your advice is good, I'll listen to it. Of course,
Right,
why not?
right.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no shit. Like if someone's advice is really good, it doesn't matter if they're not millionaires yet.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I don't care. If someone comes to me and say, Deric, I think your business ABC is not doing right.
Yep.
You should fix it BCD.
Right.
Just now what I was saying about that feeling is just a very natural human feeling.
Yes,
You feel,
yes.
wow, if you're being called out, you feel that. But for me, it's like I will always suppress that and genuinely try and listen to this person, even if this isn't someone that I respect, isn't someone who's making billions of dollars, right? Because I know there's people who genuinely know stuff, but they're just not there yet.
Right.
Just like me, right? Whatever I'm doing today is a result of what I was planning and doing for the past 3 years. It didn't just happen today.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
are you saying that for the past 3 years, whatever I say cannot be trusted? No, it's just the results take time to show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's on friends, right? But I think I also want to talk about ecosystem, community, because there's this very famous quote, right? You are the reflection of your
Five.
You're the average of the best 5 friends
Yeah.
around you, right? So it's like it's so true. Because imagine if everyone around you are business people, you will be affected to think like a businessman, right? There's this story where they found this very poor like kid from the slums, all they did was moved him to be raised in a rich neighborhood. This person, that's like I don't know what statistic, I have to look for the numbers again, but out of 100 of them, 75% of them became like successful, Ivy League and all that. So what did this say? It's not your race, it's not your whatever, it's your upbringing, it's your surrounding. If everyone around me are like 4.0 GPA, I will be like that. I remember when I was 15 years old, I was in a government school, right? Everyone around me, I would say I was slightly above average, I would say. Yeah, very chill, got decent grades, not 10 out of 10 kind of thing, but 8 out of 10 kind of thing, right? But I think my parents saw that there's this other school in KL, which is a private school, a better school. She got me to apply for it. I sat for the entrance test and I got in. I think the first thing that really got me feeling was, wow, everyone here fucks. Fucks in exams.
Yeah.
Fucks in exams. They're good with exams.
Yeah.
So when that happens, that made me feel like 8 out of 10 is not even enough. I had the inner drive myself without anybody having to push me because I now feel that 8 out of 10 isn't enough, because for them, they're in this school, everyone around me, 8 out of 10 is the minimum grade. Everyone's getting 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 and above, right? So it's like, shit, that drive pushes you.
True. And I think like your surrounding can make or break you. Like imagine the opposite, right? You hang out with people who are poor. You'll be
Not
the
poor, not poor.
Oh, not poor,
I
but
like
it's
to
like,
put their current situation. I like to put first principles, right? Not because they are poor. They can be poor, but moving in the right direction. They're still
right.
poor.
True.
I'm talking about people. Maybe what you're saying is that people who
Not
are
growth mindset.
yes, bad, bad
drugs,
work
all that
ethic,
shit,
yeah,
yeah.
bad work ethic,
Yep.
lazy,
Yep.
disrespectful,
Yep.
chill and contented, and just don't want to drive. Nothing wrong with
Nothing
being
wrong.
chill, but
Yep.
it's just, yeah, you will be like that also lah. Do you
Right.
want that? If you want it, then sure lah, right? But if you don't want that, you want to make a change, you want to be the next Lee Chong Wei of Malaysia, you want to be the next Elon Musk, then you shouldn't be hanging out with your average Joe.
Yep.
Because those people that you want to be are not your average Joes. So who do you take advice from? Do you take advice from your average Joes? Maybe not, right? So it depends. It really, everything here depends. There's no hard and fast rule. Life is a gray area. There's no black or white.
You
right?
choose
know?
lah. You
You
choose what
choose.
you
You gotta
want
choose because
Yep.
everyone's so different. My life is so different from yours. The things I say may not apply to you because of the way I speak, the way I look, the way I was brought up, the money in my bank account, my friends, whatever, everything. There's so many variables that if I gave you advice, it may not apply to you. Same for you to me. It may not apply to me. It may not apply to anyone else in the world. Or when someone else tells us advice, it may not apply to us also. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like nowadays also there is like groups of similar like-minded people. For example, like you join a business group,
Yep.
right? The reason is I believe, is to make yourself more, I would say, learn how other people run their business and learn from them, right?
So,
Yeah.
there are a lot of business groups out there in the world, right?
Yes.
There are some that are free, some that are sales driven,
Yes.
deals driven.
Yep.
Then some that are community driven, some are more feelings driven, some are more family driven,
Spiritual driven.
There's
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of different types of groups.
Yep.
But for me, I found that tribes are your people, your kind of people,
Yeah.
right? For me, business is so broad. Right? Running an F&B business is a business.
Yep.
Running a distribution business where you just buy and sell shoes is a business. Running a tech company from start, a service-based company is a business, and running a tech startup from scratch is a business. Running content is a business. But they're all so different. Just because someone's doing business, yes, there are a lot of things that can align. They can all relate to the idea and the feeling of starting from scratch, the feeling of loneliness, the feeling of being lost, the feeling of finding a problem and giving a solution, the feeling of just grinding it through and scrapping by every single day, right? Being scrappy. So those things can be relatable. But if you're building a tech startup versus running an F&B company, it's completely different, right? Yeah. So for me, my tribe, I realize, are people who are bootstrapped to a certain extent, and people who are building in tech, not services, but products.
Right.
I mean, that's something I enjoy a lot. Even though I may not be there yet, but that's something I enjoy a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I
You?
think for me it's like similar, like bootstrap is number one. And then also, whether it's tech, product or service, I feel like, I come from tech, so I can understand what they're talking and understand what's
Yes.
the pain points of it, right?
Right.
Yeah. And like for me, because I know how they talk and understand, I can like vibe, right? Vibe, the definition from Alex Hormozi is when you have a vibe with someone, you are able to continue the conversation for a very long time.
Vibration.
Can we say we had one so there was a inner joke where we had one of like a potential like higher, and then he said, oh, I like the vibration. That's like, what do you mean by vibration? That's like, you mean vibe? Yeah, the vibration. That's like okay, thanks.
Yeah, you like the vibe in the office.
The vibe, yeah.
The vibration is good.
Yeah, the vibration is good. I was like, okay, I think it's vibe. Yeah. But coming back to the point, right? I feel that like because both of us come from tech, we can like relate to a lot of stuff, right? And for me, like my vibe. Also, one more thing is also to I feel like starting from scratch, meaning like from zero to something. I think that's something that I can relate to a lot of people because it's a struggle versus taking over somebody's business.
Yes, it's completely different.
different.
Not that one is better than the other, but
no.
it's just a different experience,
Yeah.
I would say. But it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if someone is F&B, someone took over business. It doesn't matter for me. As long as this person genuinely roots for me, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't care if you are chill in life, you are whatever you're doing in life. I really don't care as long as you're supportive in what I do. You genuinely care for me and you will call me out when you see me going in the wrong direction. That's something that I respect a lot. I would say.
And also one thing is that I think for me, support is important when someone has already gone through it. So for example, like previously, one of my business partner, he got mentioned to me is like, he was not worried of me succeeding because he said that if you just keep on doing the same thing, you will eventually succeed. And that kind of like, because he's in the education.
I disagree though.
I don't know.
If you do the wrong thing every day, You know,
no, no.
Einstein, right?
Yes,
Doing
yes.
the same thing every day and expecting a different result
Yes,
is an
yes.
act of
Correct,
insanity
correct.
or something like that.
Yeah. But I think like he is in the same like industry, like education, business industry law.
Okay,
Yeah.
so why would you doing it every day bring you somewhere?
Oh no, it's just like not say every day, but like if you do in the same direction. I don't think he say every day lah, but if you just keep on working what you eventually want to do, you will get there lah. I mean that's the advice he gave me lah. Yeah. I mean for me because I'm always
But what if you're doing the wrong thing? I'm calling you out now because I care. I could have just said, oh yeah, true, Haris. Yeah. But
No,
I'm calling
I
out because
mean,
I care. I'm like,
yeah.
okay.
So I mean like you must define what's wrong now, right? So if wrong
Exactly,
means,
right? So which means by default, this
Yes.
equation itself is not enough.
Yep,
Just
yep.
working in that direction
Correct,
and you
correct.
get that,
True,
it's
true,
wrong because
true.
you don't know, you didn't define what's right and what's wrong.
right.
But I think every day is an iteration process. You gotta look at your drawing board, understand, are we moving in the right direction? Because if
Yep,
you're
yep.
moving in the wrong direction, even if you put in the work every day
Yeah.
or whatever,
You're right.
you're not gonna get there.
You're right. I think that's one thing I also learned from like a business group class. They say you can run the fastest, but if you run at the wrong direction, you are still wrong.
Yeah.
And then if you have the right direction, then you will eventually get where you are lah. And I feel right direction is essentially if your business is growing in revenue lah, and it's aligned to your values and mission lah. Yeah.
For
In a
me,
sense,
it's as long as you're healthy, happy, and wealthy, nothing can go wrong. Happy
Healthy,
meaning
happy.
you enjoy doing the things you do with people that you love,
Yep.
right? Healthy meaning you can run
mentally, physically.
mentally, physically, spiritually healthy, right? And wealthy, you have money in your bank.
Yep.
I think ultimately, if these three things, life,
Nothing can go wrong,
life isn't that bad.
Yeah.
It's okay.
True.
It's okay.
No, I think that's right. And I feel like
And you have people who care and love you.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
most
Do
important.
you
So,
think-
so if people
yeah.
who care and love me, it's so hard to find. So I don't want to shrink it further to say these need to be people in tech, people in startups, right? If people who enjoy the same interests as me, like high rocks and MMA. No.
Yeah.
Even if you don't enjoy any of my interests, you generally root for me. I want that.
Yeah. Do you think it's hard to even find people like that?
Of course, it's hard. That's why I said. That's why I started this session by saying that you need to communicate that. You cannot just randomly find people who care about you. No, it's not gonna
Right.
happen. You gotta. It's
a work in progress, yes,
You gotta
yes,
work
yes.
it out with someone,
Right.
right? Your
True lah,
girlfriend,
true
your
lah.
business partner, your staffs. Every relationship you have is a work in progress. Unless you're working in a superficial world, where you do deals and you don't. I mean, not do deals. Sorry, let me take it back. Where you have to know as many people as possible. Because the very default of what I say here is you have to go deep. And to go deep, it requires time and effort.
Right.
There's only so many people you can go deep with.
Right.
So you gotta choose your people
True,
smartly
true.
also.
Time
you
and
see someone
effort.
fundamentally off already, then you go and try and go deep with them, it's like you're wasting
No
your time
point
already,
lah. Right.
Yeah.
And does that mean it includes your family members?
What do you mean?
Like for example, you cannot go deep, or like
Yeah. No. You may not be able to go deep with everybody.
Yeah.
Your family members may be very different.
Including,
But
yeah.
I think for people that you love, you need to try. You just need to try. You need to try and try and try and try again and again and again. You're not trying to change them,
No.
but you're trying to connect with them, right? You're not trying to, maybe if I'm running some crazy tech company and my parents don't understand, sure lah, love from a distance, that's it. I don't have to, hey mom, you need to understand how this blockchain technology works. No need lah, right? It's like, mom, just, I know
Different
that you, I know
levels
that
lah.
you support me and you love me, and I think that means a lot to me.
right.
Mom and dad or
Right.
brothers or whatever, right? As long as someone genuinely cares about you. But I want to talk about, I think the first part of this video, we're talking about friends and how important it is.
Yep.
Find someone who loves you and all that. But ultimately, is it really, really what you need? If you ask me, right, I would say it's just icing on the cake.
Good to have.
It's something that I will look at later. It's the cherry on top, right? What do I mean by that? What I mean by this is if I had 100 friends in the world and I'm not healthy, not happy, and poor,
No
these
point.
friends also no point. So for me, you need to start. It starts with you. You yourself need to be strong. You yourself need to know what you want. Healthy, wealthy. What was the other one? Healthy, wealthy, and
Happy?
happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you yourself are these three things, then consider your friends. If you can't even achieve these three things yourself on your own, right? You're just filling out voids with people.
Right. No, I think I agree. It's like, for me, how do I know the best version is to create a best version of someone you want to hang out with.
Yeah.
Right. So it always starts with yourself, lah. Right? Because people want to hang out people who are similar generally, lah. Right? Like And then I feel like if you can be the best version of yourself, the best version of yourself that is in a form of a friend will come. Like, I don't know whether
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about attracting people similar to me. I'm not talking about
Right.
that. I'm talking about if you're poor and you have a lot of friends, does it matter? If it is to you, then sure. But for me, you need to be strong yourself first. The icing on the cake is friends. So maybe I don't want people to feel like, oh, friends are so important. Let me go and find friends. And no, it's like for me when I was grinding, I didn't need friends. Let's put it that way.
True,
I didn't
true.
need friends.
True.
Now I got time for friends.
Yep.
But if I'm in the trenches, like I am kind of in the trenches again now, I'm like, fuck it for now. Just
Right.
chill. Friends who care, they will understand that I'm in the trenches. They won't.
Fuck. No battery. Oh yeah, no battery.
You use this to block it. Can
It's a bit zoomed out. Yeah. There's a lot of table.
a lot of table.
A lot of, like, it's showing a lot of table. But give me a second.
Use your drink. Use your drink.
Okay.
See? You paused already, right?
No, it's still recording.
Okay lah.
Yeah. Okay.
Where were we?
Wait.
Can now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, come.
Okay. Where were we? recording
Being
now,
your
right?
best self, yes. Being your best self.
Yeah, being your best self lah.
Yep.
Take care of yourself first lah. Because
Yes.
if you're in the trenches, and
yes.
you go and worry about, wow, I need to hang out with my friend because friends are so important, I would say no lah.
It's
The
a form of
friends will understand.
sacrifice.
You need to focus on yourself also. Take good care of yourself first, and friends will come later.
True.
Like don't sacrifice anything. Like yes, I value friends, but I'm not gonna sacrifice my business just to hang out with them. Yeah, if they're gonna die or whatever, I'll be there. But if you're saying, oh, come and hang out lah, let's go and do this and do that. Hey, don't hang out and don't be friends. Sure.
Right.
Let's be friends.
Basically, like, you have different phases, lah, right?
Yeah.
So right now, you're in the phase of in the
If I'm in the
trenches.
trenches, then I will tell my friends, and if they don't understand and they're gonna phase me out because of that, then whatever lah, right? Because this is my downtimes. That's how you filter also. Like in a way, it's a funnel again. It's all a funnel
true.
again. If a friend, over time, as business got better, I've started to have more and more friends again because I've been putting myself out there, going for sports and all that, right? But if if they ask me to go out and I'm not free, then they're like, hey, why lah? And they start like stop asking me out or whatever. Then I'm like,
That's fine.
sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't affect me one bit also lah. To be honest,
Because
at
your
this point.
priorities is,
Doesn't affect me one bit because my eyes are on the prize,
Yeah.
which is a business.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
yourself first. Take whatever it is, yourself comes first. Take good care of yourself. Everything else follows. Your friends, your family, your business partner, your siblings, your staffs. It all follows, but it all starts with you. Of course,
Right.
I'm talking as someone who runs the company and someone who leads the company, all right? If you don't, then I still think it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You don't take care of yourself, you're gonna disappoint your bosses, you'll disappoint your girlfriend, you're gonna disappoint everyone.
Yeah. You have to be the best version so that you
For them.
can-
Do it
yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I agree that it doesn't have to be business. Like, you don't have to run a business. You can be an employee, but at the same time, like, you can also be the best version of yourself, right?
Of course.
Mentally, physically, emotionally.
As long as
right?
your money is good, whatever.
Yeah.
Some people 1 billion only good.
Yeah.
Some people 10K good enough.
Yes.
I don't know, right? But
Yeah.
the point is, if you're good with money, then find that number and be good with it and be on track to it. If you're on track, sure.
Correct.
No one can stop you. You want 10 million, sure. You want 1 million, sure. No one can stop you, right? You're good with that. Your health, whatever your health goals are. I think for me lah, personally, if I can run well, I can lift weights, I'm strong, and I can defend myself with martial arts, I'm very happy already. And that's a lot, by the way. So, if you do that, I'll be very happy.
Yeah.
For wealth, I dream of being able to run $1 billion venture builder someday, having a lot of companies and there making impact. I dream of Sigma School being able to convert 100,000 lives every single year, becoming a billion ringgit revenue company. That's my dream. So I won't rest until I get there. So everyone is different, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Good health
yes.
and good wealth.
Yes.
And what else you forget?
Happy,
lah. Happy, yeah.
happy,
lah. You know,
wealthy, and one more.
Yes.
I forgot what is
Healthy
it.
lah.
Healthy.
Healthy,
Yes,
wealthy, happy.
Yes.
These three things.
Yeah. Because I think like you have to focus on yourself first. I agree. Yeah. Because in the end, you are
the end,
working
yeah.
for yourself
Yeah.
to the goals that you want.
Your friends are not gonna
Yeah.
drop everything to come and save you.
No,
You're on your own
no.
in the end.
Exactly.
As much as you love your friends, but when you're in the trenches and when you're struggling, right?
Yeah.
Maybe are they
yeah.
gonna like sacrifice their careers and help you? They're not. They're probably not.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless you have some very good friends who will, then
Yeah.
good for you lah, right?
Yeah.
But I don't expect any of my friends to do that lah.
No lah. True. Yeah. And I think that if your friends understand that you have to go through this,
Yes.
and
And if
they-
someone genuinely cares for you, they will help you also.
Yes.
If you're struggling, you need
Yeah.
cash, maybe that month is really bad or that year is really bad and you're broke and in debt and you really need funds, friends who care, they will help you out.
Yeah.
They will find their own ways to help you out. That's it. So
correct.
the right ones will stay on.
Yeah. Because I've gone through my fair share of like figuring out who are the people that I want to invest my time. Because friends are people that
Yeah.
if you have the
True.
time, you want to invest time and effort
Very
to
true.
grow the friendship, right?
true.
And how I feel to know that is number one, I think like what you mentioned, you call them out, talk about it and grow together, right? Versus like, hey, I call them hi bye. It's like, hey, hi, bye, that kind of thing. Yeah. So, and usually most of the time, I don't know lah, but do you think the length of the friendship matters?
No, of course not.
Why not? Because
Why does it matter?
people define close friends or best friends to the number of years.
Who define that?
I don't know.
I know,
Some
you tell-
people
then
that
you-
I know. Some
then
people
you
that
tell
I
me
know.
why does it matter? Because for me, it doesn't matter.
For me, I also don't matter lah. Like it's
then-
not about the length, but it's the quality of like the
Yeah.
friendship it is,
Yeah, of
right?
course.
And it doesn't have to be 5 or 10 years because a lot of times people think what is the best thing is the longest thing, meaning like, oh, you're my best friend because we've been
No
friends
lah,
for
no
10
lah.
years, something like that.
No
Yeah.
such thing. No such
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And
I-
he's the best coder because he
he could for 10 years.
Yeah, not
he-
necessarily, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, not
True.
necessarily,
Yeah. So I think like for me, I realized that, and like for me, it's just more towards how much have we grown each other. Lor. I feel lah, right?
Okay lah, then you can have your
In-
opinion lah. For me, it's
yeah.
like don't have to grow each other. So your requirement is they have to grow you lah to be your best friend.
I don't know what's the best friend, lah, to be honest.
Yeah, to be a friend, they have to grow you lah. Because that's what you said just now. And if that's your requirement, then sure lah. But for me, like I said, it's generally care for me. I'm good to go already.
Because I don't know what's a definition of a good friend. Right? I think for me, it's just supportive can already. Grow, I'm not sure. Yeah, like maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, but I feel like if you support me as a friend, no matter when the time is, then I'm okay. Yeah.
So you change your mind
The grow part, I don't know.
because you said it just now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's good fair for the viewers if you change your mind and just be clear lah.
Yeah, I guess like I'm going through. Yeah, I changed my mind because like every time when I hear things, it makes me rethink of my current beliefs. Yeah, and for me, it's just to reevaluate what something is. Like for example, what's a friend? And you give me a lot of different perspective of what a friend is. Supportive, grow. I mean not grow lah, but it's like call you out.
Again,
right?
that's me lah. That's me.
Yeah.
Right?
So for me,
and my circumstances.
yes.
very
It's
different.
like I hear things, I need to think about it and come up with my own conclusion. Yeah. Versus like just agree, right? Like for me, it's just it takes time for me to think about it lah. Yeah.
True lah.
Yeah.
So that's why understand from first
yeah.
principles.
Yes.
Otherwise, later, 5 days later, you watch a YouTube video and someone says something different, then you change again.
Yes.
Right? It's
Yeah.
like change why? Because something first principles, not because someone said it, but something on the first principles level, you agree with some things. And what
Correct.
are those things?
Yep.
Yeah. So,
I think for me, I fundamentally agree supporting a supportive friend. That's something that I think makes a good friend, right? In terms of grow, I'm not sure. Yeah.
I think friends are important, but so let's sum it up lah.
Can.
Friends are important, but they are the cherry on top. They're not the base because the base is you. Spend your time on you, improving yourself, so you can be a better friend for them.
Yep.
And then when you're the best friend for them, they will come. You don't have to chase. You don't have to go out there and chase them. Just be you and be the best version of you for them. They will come.
In business term, focus on the product.
Yeah, inbound. Correct. Inbound.
Right?
It's all inbound all the way, right?
Yeah.
In business terms, focus on the product, make sure the product is so good.
Legit,
and,
actually, yeah.
people will come to you.
Actually, legit. Then
Then you gotta,
marketing and
but you
sales
still have to
is
be out
easier.
there. You still have to be out there.
Yeah.
No sales needed.
Correct.
Just be out because it's a
Yeah.
B2C thing.
Correct.
It's not a B2B thing, right? B2C is marketing driven, B is sales driven.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this is a B2C thing, human and
Yeah,
human,
yeah.
right?
Correct.
So sorry.
No, I
C2C.
agree.
So focus
Actually,
on-
I fucking agree.
Yeah,
Like
inbound marketing, focus on products.
If your product is very good, people come to you.
Yeah. You don't see people, salesmen in Apple
Like,
store
yeah.
forcing you to buy iPhone.
No.
Right? iPhone, you just go there and buy
Correct.
yourself.
Oh my god, such a good
right?
analogy.
So same
Yeah,
thing for
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Make sure you are the best product out
Right.
there for
Yeah.
your friends.
Yeah.
Be the best version of yourself for your friends.
Yes.
Do it for them.
Be the best version for yourself.
Yes, do it for them.
All right.
Then
Okay.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.